It all happened at the dawning of civilization, after the great flood. Between the rivers Tigris and Euphrates lay the ancient metropolis Ürungard. In this city once ruled a king. His name was Gilgamesh. He held all the knowledge of the times before the flood. He raised the mighty city walls that surround Ürungard, but sadly was a tyrant. And the people prayed to the gods for help. The gods then fashioned in clay a rival. He lived and ran with the animals, a hero, a spring of night stillness, his name Enkidu. Now the mischievous god of love and war, Ishtar, sent him her whore, Shamat, to seduce him, which she did for 7 days and 7 nights. Eventually, she brought Enkidu to Ürungard. There he found Gilgamesh. The rivals fought, and when both were totally exhausted, became friends. Together they journeyed to the wondrous towering cedar forests. There they encountered the evil giant Chihuahua, and side by side the heroes slew the monster dead. At their return, the goddess Ishtar falls deeply in love with Gilgamesh. But he rejects her, knowing how she had bewitched her previous lovers. Shepherds were turned into wolves. Now the enraged goddess became extremely angry at the king's rejection and uttered a curse. She sent down from the heavens a wild bull to threaten the people of Ürungard, that unless Gilgamesh and Enkidu could slay the beast, she would break down the gates of the underworld and release the dead, who would then devour everyone. The heroes slaughtered the beast. But after the fight, Enkidu dreamt of his own death. He became ill and died in the arms of his dear friend. Gilgamesh, so saddened, cursed the gods. Such was his grief. He wandered aimlessly into the wilderness in search for the secret of eternal life. His odyssey led him through many lands, his adventure fraught with danger and hardship. Lions and scorpion men might attack at any moment. He traveled beneath the mountains and walked through the gardens of jewels. Eventually, Gilgamesh reached the coast, where he met a wise woman, Siduri. She sent him to Utnapishtim, the only survivor of the Great Flood. He lived with his wife on the other side of the waters of death in immortality. Gilgamesh crossed the deadly waters and poured out his troubles to Utnapishtim, who put the king to trial. If he could avoid sleep for 7 days and 7 nights, the length of the flood, he would tell his secret. Gilgamesh, alas, failed the test. However, before he left the island, in praise of his valor, a parting gift, a rejuvenating plant. However, sadly, while resting beside a well and wishing to refresh himself, climbed in a snake, seduced by the sweet smell of the plant, carried it away. In despair, Gilgamesh, in sorrow, empty-handed, alone, gave in to his destiny. He acknowledged the senselessness of his venture. He would go back to his kingdom, back to Ürungard, back to his work he began, the construction of the city, with its mighty city walls. Thousands of years went by. Plagues, wars, drought, the culture of Babylon sinking into the desert. But the memory of its history still remains.